We often hear from clients, we need more leads, we need more leads, we need more leads. In this video, I'm going to take you through two types of leads, quick leads and sustainable leads. So stay tuned for that. In any organization, leads are the foundation of the sales effort. Leads come in, and we talked about before, there are different types of leads, information qualified, marketing qualified. You can look at this video if you want to hear more about that. And those leads that come in, they feed the sales organization as sales qualified leads. But there are actually two very different types of leads that come in. The first one, we call them quick leads. And the idea is that for a business that is desperate for sales or desperate for new business, like in a startup, they need to get leads coming in very quickly. The other kind of leads are the leads that consistently come in over time. You can always count on them. We call those sustainable leads. There is a big difference between these types of leads and how you get to them. First, let me tell you about quick leads. Quick leads are leads that you pay to get. They are leads that come through channels that require you to pay. Now, this is usually done through search. That would be Google, Bing, those types of leads. Social, think Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and display networks. For example, your ads or a banner shows up on different websites as somebody like your ideal prospects going through the internet, they see these different banners for your offer. Now the quick leads, the way they're structured is that you get going really quickly with a simple offer, something that your target market will likely take advantage of, but is not necessarily your ultimate offer or your ultimate service line or your ultimate product. It's an entry point. And those quick leads are really designed to generate the beginning of a sales funnel that drives to future services or products. Now the quick leads, when they happen through social media, they can be structured in two ways. A quick lead through social media can be designed to target an entire demographic profile, a specific type of buyer or a specific type of behavior, or it also can be used for retargeting or remarketing. That's where when somebody visits your website or they visit some landing page or they've interacted with your brand somehow, from that moment forward for a period of time, your advertisements will show up in their social feeds. This retargeting is a really good way to use quick leads on the social side. But these are the types of leads that you have to pay for. Now the great thing about quick leads is you can quantify the value of that type of lead very easily. I have a good friend of mine. He was telling me, well, I'm paying this company to do lead generation for me and I don't think it's working. I don't even know if we're getting any calls. Well, the company had a site up that he could log into and it literally showed every inbound call and every form that was filled out based on those leads. And it had a recording of every one of those calls. So I went through this with him. I listened to the recordings, said, okay, these are clearly good quality leads coming in. And then I said, well, let's quantify whether or not this is worth doing for you. So we figured out the number of leads that came in and how much he paid. And for him, those leads were coming in at, I think, $20 or $30 per lead. Well, he's like, that is crazy. I can't pay that much money. My average sale is only $50. So that's a situation where the quick leads that he was doing, they didn't work for him. But you imagine a business where your average sale is $1,000, $2,000, $10,000. A quick lead or $20 or $30 is dirt cheap. So the great thing about quick leads is it gets you going quickly, hence the name, but they're also very, very easy to measure. So you can determine the efficacy in a very short time. Sustained leads are a little bit more complicated. There are different types of sustained leads. The most common one you would think of is referrals. As you get new customers, clients, patients, and you ask them for a survey or you ask them, how did we do? Then eventually you ask them for a referral. Hey, our business is built on referrals from people like you. Anybody you can think of that would benefit from our services? Those are great sustainable leads. A little trickier to measure. When somebody comes in, you may or may not get the referral information. You may or may not get who actually referred them in. And you certainly have a difficult job of quantifying that. But the great thing is they're sustainable. Now, another type of sustainable lead that's most common is search engine optimization. Someone goes to do Google, they do a search, your brand shows up on the first page, someone clicks, they make a phone call, they engage with your brand, eventually they become a client, customer, patient. Those types of sustained leads coming through search engines are the ideal. But the challenge there is, unlike quick leads, sustained leads are slow, really slow. If you want to show up at the top of Google and you're not paying to be there, you're putting in 12, 18 months minimum, depending on your industry, just to get visible. What we recommend is a hybrid model. If your business is the type of business that needs some leads going quickly, but has a long-term vision for sustained leads, what we recommend is having a content strategy on your website that will drive you to visibility in Google and ultimately sustained leads through Google, to have a survey testimonial referral campaign that goes to existing customer, clients, or patients that when they get it, they are reminded of your brand and reminded to refer you. And then feed the beginning of your funnel, that top part of the funnel, with click leads through social channels or search. Putting these two things together gets you started with the quick leads and builds you over time to sustain leads. Now, the challenge faced here is, how much do I spend on each? Now, I did have another video about budgeting. If you look here, I've linked to that video on budgeting. So look for the budgeting video and I'll give you an idea of how much to spend. But what you want to do is think about where you are in your life cycle. If you don't really have a lot of customers, clients, or patients coming in, then you probably put more of your budget on quick leads to get people in the top of the funnel. If you've been established for a while and things are going, then you might want to split that budget evenly between the two. And if you're well established and if you've taken on some of these things, you might want to put more budget in the sustained leads, the content marketing, the campaigns, all those pieces, and a little less in the quick leads, just using the quick leads more as a filler to manage ups and downs that go through when sustained leads come and go. The last thing I'll mention about quick leads is where they do best. Now, quick leads work for tangible products, they work for services, they work for healthcare. But they work really, really well for services that are local. If you have a business that is serving a specific geographic area, and that's a service that maybe has a short to mid sales cycle, quick leads are a great way to get that going. If you're completely national or global, it's a little bit more challenging with quick leads because you have to have much higher budget to cover all that range. So when you're thinking about quick leads and getting going, if you have something you can offer that has geographic boundaries that limit it, quick leads work really, really well in that area. So to summarize, quick leads versus sustainable leads. Quick leads, they get you going. They're through social media, search, and display networks. And they're really important for businesses getting started or for businesses that are still trying to establish a model where they're getting consistently new business. Sustained leads, that is the goal. You want to get there. And sustained leads in the digital world is handled through search engine optimization and a really, really good content strategy. And then combine that with a survey referral campaign that will allow those existing customers to refer new business. Work those two together and you have an excellent model for driving new leads into your business. Thanks a lot. We'll see you in the next video.